This affair. I want them to understand it and learn from it so that it can never happen to another president again. That's signed from President Trump in a letter that was delivered yesterday afternoon. What do you make of his strategy in taking this on in what would be a very different approach from 1998?
Well, it's pure Donald Trump. I mean, the idea that he was going to sit there and compartmentalize like Bill Clinton did and say, I'm doing the people's business and I'm just not going to talk about impeachment, that for a man who prides himself on being a counterpuncher or maybe just a puncher, that was impossible. And when you read that letter, it becomes clear that, you know, to some degree, and we're told by people inside the White House sources, that he kind of toggles back between fury, indignation, and sometimes kind of a good, cheerful mood. And obviously, there are a lot of things that have gotten done, like the USMCA, like the preliminary trade deal with China, doing the people's business. But the idea that he was going to be above the fray, if there's one thing Donald Trump isn't, it's above the fray. I want to say one other thing. What you're really seeing today, and you know that picture in the lower right-hand corner there of the screen is very illustrative, is a clash between two master politicians. There was a lot of talk as we were headed down this impeachment process about the 31 Democrats who had won in districts that Donald Trump had won in 2016, and, you know, fairly red, if not purple districts, and were they going to stick with the speaker? And it appears, yes, she may lose 2 or 3 or 4, but the overwhelming number of them, and they're from some pretty conservative areas, Orange County in Southern California, upstate New York, Oklahoma, are going to stick with her and vote for impeachment. Nancy Pelosi is a master politician, and her ability to herd the cats, to keep all of the of her caucus, which goes from far left to, well, a little bit to the right, she's been able to keep them all on board. Conversely, Donald Trump, and it has been pointed out earlier today that in every other impeachment, there were at least some members of the president's party, not a lot, but some, who broke from him and voted to impeach. That hasn't happened with Donald Trump. And his ability to basically subsume the Republican Party so that no one, whether it's certainly in the House and perhaps we'll see in the Senate, is going to break with him, and that he has the constant control of his own party is a real testament to his abilities as a master politician. So this is a real clash between the two of them, and it's not going to end today. And, you know, you could get it if this delays with obstructionary tactics on the part of the Republicans. This could go well into the night. So you could literally get one of those great split-screen moments where they're voting to impeach the president on the right side of our screen, and meanwhile, in the aptly named Battle Creek, Michigan, Donald Trump is talking and giving his view of all this, his dim view of all of this, at the same time at that rally. So it's going to be a very interesting long day's journey in tonight.
So for our viewers, you can see the clock on the bottom of the screen, a little more than 6 minutes left.